Hello, class. This is my presentation on developing faith and spirituality for child development by Alicia Lee Selwyn. Today, we will explore how children develop faith and spirituality. What is it and why is it important for consideration? I will also describe and explain Fowler's 6 stages of faith development and also Scott Peck's simplified version of those stages. What is faith? James Fowler made a clear distinction between faith and religion in his model. He said that human faith represents a notion that transcends the normal sense of religion or belief, even belief in God. And what I believe he meant by that was that not everyone may believe in God, but most people believe in something greater outside of themselves. Faith involves what we believe in, what we trust in, and it helps dictate and form our morals and values. Why is it important to child development? Spirituality and faith can play a significant role in child development by providing a strong foundation for moral and ethical guidance. These elements often offer children a sense of belonging and community, which can be crucial for emotional and social growth. Engaging in spiritual practices or being part of a faith community can help children develop empathy, compassion, and a sense of purpose and belonging. Moreover, spirituality can encourage resilience by offering hope and comfort during challenging times, which helps children to navigate life's trials and tribulations with a positive outlook. It also promotes critical thinking and introspection as children learn to question, explore, and understand their beliefs and values. Overall, spirituality and faith can contribute to a well-rounded development by nurturing both the inner and outer dimensions of a child's life. Fowler's stages of faith development. Fowler is a developmental psychologist. He's the director of the Center for Faith Development at Emory University. James W. Fowler's stages of faith development is a theory that outlines the spiritual and religious growth of individuals across their lifespan. His theory is composed of 6 stages. Pre-stage 1, aka stage 0, primal faith, which isn't mentioned across many texts, but it is a couple of times, and it essentially is the stage of birth and infancy and how infants form their first understanding of trust and they develop their faith in relation to their caretakers, and their first impression of trust that they have of God is with their caretakers. And then stage 1 is intuitive projective faith. Stage 2 is mythic literal faith. Stage 3 is synthetic conventional faith. Stage 4 is individuative reflective faith. Stage 5 is conjunctive faith. And stage 6 is universalizing faith. Who is Scott Peck and why did he simplify faith development? Scott Peck is a psychiatrist that simplified faith development by suggesting that true spiritual growth comes from personal introspection and striving towards fulfilling one's potential rather than adhering to religious doctrines. He was a renowned American psychiatrist and author. He simplified Foster's 6 stages of faith development into 4 major stages for easier understanding. Stage 1 is chaotic and antisocial. Stage 2 is formal and institutional. Stage 3 is skeptic and individual. Stage 4 is mystical communal. The next few slides, I'll be going over each of the stages with a combined definition from both Fowler and Peck. So we'll start with stages 1 and 2, which is preschool and school age. Fowler called intuitive, projective, mythic, literal, and Peck called these stages chaotic, antisocial. Our most basic ideas of faith in God are picked up from our parents and society. They believe stories told to them by their faith in community. School age children start gaining logic and understanding. Children believe what has been introduced to them by their families and communities without question or reliance on their own thoughts and opinions. Peck stated that people can often get stuck at this stage, being both carried and also trapped by their own narrative and biased beliefs. Stage 3 begins during adolescence. Fowler called this stage synthetic conventional, and Peck calls it formal institutional. Adolescents and teens begin to think more abstractly. They're able to start seeing multiple points of views and others' perceptions. They form their ideas by the influence and the validation of their family, community, and media or social media. This is often where the time when they will commit to an all encompassing belief system or religion or spirituality. They become defensive when their religion or beliefs are questioned. They don't recognize themselves as being biased in their own beliefs. And they become committed to a set of beliefs and attachments. Stage 4 occurs in late adolescence to early adulthood. Fowler called this individuative reflective, and Peck called it skeptic individual. So, this is a stage where the individual starts seeing things outside of the box, and they actually take time to slow down and evaluate their own beliefs and where those beliefs come from. They start questioning their own truths, and they get really reflective on the depth of their faith. This is a time in life where they may go away from their religion, and when that happens, they don't rely on external validation anymore. Stages 5 and 6 occur in middle adulthood. Fowler calls this conjunctive and universalizing, and Peck called it mystical communal. So during stage 5 and 6, this is midlife, deeper self. Life is a paradox. Logic is limiting. They come to realize that some things are unexplainable by science. And this is a time when there's a great return to tradition and sacred symbols. The emphasis is more on community instead of individuality. This is a time where they're embracing the unknown, and self actualization and the deeper knowing of self occurs. Fowler said that in the sixth stage of spiritual development, universalizing, that the most extreme level of achievement at this stage would be for these individuals to commit their lives to others in a life of service to others. Conclusion. So, my conclusion is developing faith is a lifelong journey. It's not linear. The development of faith throughout the lifespan is a dynamic process that evolves as individuals navigate various life experiences and challenges. In the conjunctive stage, individuals begin to recognize and embrace the complexity of faith, acknowledging different perspectives and the importance of personal experience. This stage often fosters a deeper understanding of spirituality as people seek to integrate their beliefs with the nuances of life. As one progresses to the universalizing stage, faith transcends personal beliefs and becomes broader, more inclusive understanding of humanity and the interconnectedness of all people. Here, individuals often feel compelled to act on their faith through social justice, compassion, and a commitment to the greater good. In conclusion, the development of faith is not a linear journey, but rather um, rich tapestry woven through experiences, reflections, and relationship. It encourages growth, fosters empathy, and ultimately leads to a more profound sense of purpose and belonging within the larger human narrative. Spirituality and faith plays a significant role in child development because it provides a strong foundation for moral and ethical guidance throughout our lives.